the heart of upstate New York, a weary traveler sought solace in a remote Airbnb nestled deep within the woods. Little did they know that this quaint refuge would soon become a nightmarish tale that would haunt them for years to come. The traveler, accustomed to the mundane repetition of hotel rooms, relished the opportunity to experience unique and fascinating dwellings. The chosen abode, with its rustic charm, appeared to be the perfect retreat. But within its seemingly idyllic facade, darkness lurked, patiently awaiting its chance to reveal itself. Curiosity, a trait often driving us to venture into forbidden realms, compelled the traveler to explore their temporary sanctuary. It was in the depths of the house, where shadows danced in eerie synchrony, that they stumbled upon a basement shrouded in malevolent secrets. The basement, reminiscent of a scene from the Amityville Horror, exuded an ominous presence. Amidst the darkness, a peculiar wall panel beckoned, its crookedness and contrasting color enticing the traveler's inquisitive nature. An unexplainable urge surged within them, prompting an instinctive action. With a resounding thud, they struck the wall, revealing its haunting secret. Behind the deceptive wall lay a chamber of despair, a grotesque sight that defied reason. A single flick of the switch cast a dim light, illuminating a bed adorned with a worn, repulsive blanket. A frigid chill permeated the air, clawing its way into the traveler's soul, amplifying their unease. But the horrors were far from over. Another inconspicuous panel, small yet sinister, caught their attention. A swift kick, and the panel yielded, exposing a hidden crawl space leading into the abyss. Peering into the inky darkness, the traveler's sanity hesitated to venture further. Something primal warned them to turn back, to flee from the unknown that awaited within. Abandoning their curiosity, they retraced their steps, only to be met with an unexpected visitor. The doorbell rang in the dead of night, reverberating with an unnerving insistence. Peering through the window, they glimpsed a tall figure cloaked in darkness, hood obscuring their face. The mysterious figure persisted, relentlessly ringing the bell, as if to summon them into a macabre dance. Fear seized the traveler's heart, its icy grip urging them to abandon all reason. They hastily gathered their belongings, their instincts screaming to escape this house of horrors. As they fled to the safety of their car, the figure pursued, only relenting when the traveler reached the safety of the open road. Days turned into weeks, and the traveler tried to convince themselves that their experience had been nothing more than an overactive imagination. Yet, as time wore on, the chilling memories refused to fade, persisting like a stubborn stain on their soul. What truly lay hidden within that foreboding room? And where did that dark crawl space lead? Questions swirled, unanswered, tormenting the traveler's restless mind. Perhaps the room concealed a clandestine history of malevolence or a clandestine haven for the unimaginable. As for the hooded figure, their involvement remained a haunting enigma. Were they a mere neighbor seeking the absent owner, or something far more sinister? Only the deep recesses of the traveler's mind held the fragments of an answer, a terrifying truth that would forever haunt their thoughts. In the end, the traveler could only question if their overactive mind had conjured a tale of horror or if they had unknowingly stumbled upon something infinitely more sinister. And as the days turned to nights, the shadows whispered their ominous secrets, leaving the traveler to question their sanity and the true nature of the darkness that lay hidden within the world. In a remote countryside, a couple sought refuge in an Airbnb, yearning for a serene retreat from the chaos of the world. Little did they know that their escape would morph into a nightmarish ordeal, plunging them into the chilling depths of human depravity. Upon their arrival, they were greeted by an owner whose unsettling obsession with capturing authentic experiences painted a sinister hue over their stay. With eyes gleaming like a child on Christmas morning, he unveiled his twisted work, proclaiming it as art in its purest form. The couple recoiled, aghast at his audacious invasion of privacy. But their protests fell on deaf ears as the owner merely laughed, his amusement sending shivers down their spines. Realization washed over them like an icy wave as they grasped the perilous situation into which they had unknowingly stumbled. Panic gripped their hearts, urging them to escape the clutches of this deranged individual. Desperation propelled them toward the exit, their minds clouded with fear. But as they cautiously approached the door, the owner's countenance transformed. Anger twisted his features, contorting his face into a grotesque mask of rage. With lightning speed, he lunged toward them, blocking their path. His screams tore through the air, a maddening cacophony that pierced their eardrums and shattered their last shreds of composure. In that harrowing moment, the couple forgot about the insidious cameras that silently watched their every move. Their sole focus shifted to survival as they confronted the very real possibility of physical harm. Adrenaline surged through their veins, fueling their desperate attempts to escape the clutches of their captor. By some miracle, they managed to break free, their hearts pounding with wild abandon, gasping for precious breaths of freedom. Report to the authorities followed, a glimmer of hope that justice would be served, and the twisted games of the owner would come to a grinding halt. Yet, even with the police involved, an unshakable fear took root within them. The constant sensation of being watched, of unseen eyes tracing their every step, haunted their waking moments and invaded their dreams. Though they never laid eyes on the owner again, his presence lingered like a specter, an ever-present reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind the most charming facades. Time passed, and life painstakingly stitched itself back together. The semblance of normalcy returned, but the memory of that fateful encounter etched itself into their minds like a permanent scar. The couple came to realize that true horror often dwells not in supernatural realms but in the twisted depths of human nature. They learned that even amidst glamour and allure, unsuspecting victims can fall prey to unimaginable darkness. The world, once bathed in innocence, became tainted by the revelation that the most profound horrors are born from the hearts and minds of those who walk among us, hiding behind masks of normalcy. And so, they emerged from the depths of their ordeal, forever changed by the knowledge that evil can dwell in the most unexpected places, waiting to ensnare the unsuspecting in its chilling grip. In the tranquil countryside, a couple sought respite from the demands of their daily lives. A weekend getaway at a cozy Airbnb seemed like the perfect escape, promising peace and relaxation. Little did they know that their idyllic retreat would transform into a harrowing nightmare, etched forever in their memories. As they arrived at the house, a subtle sense of unease tugged at their senses. Something was amiss. Adorning the walls, an eerie collection of masks greeted their bewildered gazes. From the haunting faces of horror movies to ancient cultural artifacts, a macabre symphony of grotesque designs permeated the entire dwelling. The wife, a fervent lover of all things horror, shrugged off the disquiet, while the husband's unease deepened, sensing a foreboding presence lurking within. Resigned to their fate, they settled into the house, desperately hoping the masks would fade into the background, mere unsettling adornments. The evening wore on uneventfully, coaxing them into a false sense of security. Blissfully unaware, they retired to the bedroom, yearning for a night of undisturbed slumber. Yet, the night had different plans in store for them. In the depths of darkness, a sudden and thunderous knock erupted, tearing through their dreams and shattering their peace. The echoes reverberated through the house, piercing their souls with icy tendrils of fear. Startled from their blissful rest, their hearts raced in tandem, their gazes locking in shared alarm. Paralyzed by the unknown, they hesitated, unable to fathom the source of this nocturnal intrusion. The relentless knocking persisted, growing louder and more insistent, until it abruptly ceased, leaving an eerie silence in its wake. Summoning every ounce of courage, the husband rose from the bed, his trembling steps betraying his anxiety. In the oppressive darkness, he navigated the hallway, his breath catching in his throat as he glimpsed the figure that awaited him at the end. There, standing sentinel, was a presence draped in malevolence, a figure cloaked in a white mask, its blackened eyes a void of emptiness. The husband's voice trembled, a desperate plea escaping his lips, but the masked stranger offered no response, only taking a measured step forward. Hunched and weighed down by unseen burdens, the figure's labored breathing reverberated through the stillness. Then, in a chilling voice that echoed with a haunting melody, the masked man spoke the words that froze their hearts. "The mask brought me here." Confusion and terror gripped the couple's souls, unable to fathom the depths of the masked man's intentions. Retreat became their sole instinct, overriding all logical thought. Desperate, they clutched each other's trembling arms and fled into the night, their hearts pounding in unison, leaving behind the sinister house and its enigmatic owner. Contacting the owner in the aftermath, seeking answers or solace, only deepened their dread. Denying any knowledge of the masked encounter, he dismissed their harrowing experience as a fabrication, a figment of their imagination. From that fateful night, the couple's sense of security shattered, leaving behind a shadow of paranoia that clung to their every thought. The allure of weekend escapes was forever tainted, the mere mention of Airbnb conjuring memories of terror. Trust had been irrevocably broken, replaced by a lingering apprehension that whispered of the darkness lurking beneath the seemingly ordinary. And so, their shared ordeal became a haunting reminder of the fragility of safety, the thin veil between tranquility and terror. Survival, their ultimate prize, offered no solace but a persistent reminder of the horrors they had narrowly escaped. Each passing day, they cherished life, forever grateful to have evaded the clutches of the unknown, forever haunted by the haunting masks that danced within their nightmares.